I'm having breakfast with Mary Lee. Yo-do-do-do-dee. I'm having breakfast with Mary Lee.
Hello, my little podcast peeps, and welcome to our first podcast of December. We've still got plenty of time for sending out cards and shopping, but just seeing that calendar roll around to December sort of puts a little panic in your gizzard. Two special guests standing by, Lois Hofmann and Dave Worthington with the Clarke County Community Band. We'll be talking about the Chain of Checks Christmas concerts. Right now, though, your brain buster. 1 in 6 men have done this at Christmas time. 1 in 6. Is it A, searched the house for hidden gifts? B, shopped on Christmas Eve? Or C, dressed up as Santa? Your answer at the end of the podcast. Before we jump into the podcast planner, nationaldaycalendar.com, just want to say that Lisa and I had a great time in Winchester at their holiday parade on the 27th. Downtown was lit up and the huge crowds, and we got to see Santa and the tree lighting afterwards. And on Sunday the 3rd, we were back in parade mode in beautiful Middletown, Virginia. We were perched right there at the Wayside Inn and delivered the parade on 105.5 Wink FM and Win Life TV. And speaking of Win Life TV, you can see both parades on YouTube. All right, here's what's on the calendar. Monday, December the 4th, it's Santa's List Day. So it appears that Santa's putting his naughty and nice list together today. It's also an incentive for kids to start working on their Christmas lists. Monday the 4th is also National Sock Day. And I like this quote, "If you stop believing in Santa Claus, that's when you get socks." But actually, National Sock Day celebrates the rarest of all lasting unities, matched socks. Tuesday the 5th, it's Bathtub Party Day. Wednesday the 6th, National Pawnbrokers Day. Pawnbrokers really busy this time of year. People selling their stuff to get some Christmas money and people going to the pawn shop to get some bargains. Wednesday the 6th is also St. Nicholas Day, celebrating the life of the real St. Nick, 3rd century saint. Thursday the 7th, Hanukkah begins. Happy Hanukkah to our Jewish friends. It's also Pearl Harbor Remembrance Day, and I don't know how this got stuck in December, but the 7th is also Cotton Candy Day. Friday the 8th, it's National Brownie Day. One of the earliest dates that we can find a recipe is like 1904, but love those chocolatey brownies. It's also National Salesperson Day, and where would we be without them during the holidays? Saturday the 9th, it's Christmas Card Day. And where are those bargain cards that you bought back in January and put away for safekeeping? The first Christmas card was sent in 1611. Guarantee you with that first card, nobody had to look at photos of somebody's vacation, their kids, or pets. And I got to get my act together and get my cards going. Don't you find that when really efficient people send their Christmas cards like late November, very early December, it just sort of irritates you? I can identify with those procrastinators who give up trying to get the cards there by Christmas time and end up saying, "Hey, Happy New Year, everybody. We decided this year to put out a New Year's card." Yeah, we've been there and done that. Continuing with the calendar, Sunday the 10th, it's National Lager Day. Enjoy a lager while you're doing your cards. And the 10th is also Dewey Decimal System Day. Melville Dewey was born on December 10th, 1851. It was in 1876 that the librarian invented the Dewey Decimal System of library classification. And before we go to the interview real quick, wanted to share this scientific news out of the University of Washington School of Medicine. They believe that they may have uncovered, now this is just a beginning study, they believe that they may have uncovered evidence of how to slow or reverse aging. Slowing the rate of aging or reversing it. According to the article, harnessing light energy rejuvenates mitochondrial membranes. You remember biology class, the mitochondria? Well, light energy rejuvenates mitochondrial membranes. Now, before you start lining up at the pharmacy, these early studies thus far on reverse aging have only been conducted on roundworms. Yeah, roundworms. So they've got quite a ways to go up the food chain before we can start looking at darker hair and fewer wrinkles. All righty, two folks that are going to help put the community in a Christmas spirit. It's a wonderful, cozy Christmas tradition. It's the Clarke County Community Band Christmas concerts to help out Chain of Checks. Two special guests joining me on the podcast. First, the conductor of the Clarke County Community Band, Lois Hofmann. Lois, good to reconnect.
It's wonderful to speak with you again also, sir.
And we also welcome back the president, about 13 years worth of the Clarke County Community Band, Dave Worthington. Dave, good to have you on.
Thank you, Barry. Appreciate it much.
Just a brief history of the Clarke County Community Band, because you guys are busy all year round.
Yeah, we do roughly about 8 to 10 concerts a year. We try to do majority of them in Berryville and Clarke County because we are sponsored by the town of Berryville and the Clarke County Board of Supervisors and Veterans of Foreign Wars and the American Legion in Berryville. They really give us a lot of support and assistance. So Berryville is sort of our home for our concerts, but we've done concerts in Front Royal, Winchester, and Manassas this last year, to name a few.
Excellent. When did the band get started?
Roughly about 25 years ago. Clyde Croswell started it, probably about 15 to 20 members, and now we are up to about 47 to 50 members, so we're going strong.
Incredible. And Lois, the musicians cover all ages, don't they?
Yes, without a doubt, and we kind of like that. As long as a person is of high school level of playing, they can come and join us on Monday nights, 7:30 at Johnson Williams. We're always looking for new members to join.
You know, your love of music doesn't end at high school or college if you played an instrument, and this is a perfect outlet to continue with that love of music and the camaraderie with other musicians.
Exactly right. It's a void. Anybody who's spent all that time in high school, boy, those high school band kids are so devoted and they are so busy doing all of their things. It's a major void when they stop. Now, we've even had some kids who played with us in their high school years. They are now in college, and they want to come back and join us for the concerts. It's nice to know that they are wanting to continue our heritage as well as pursue their new college opportunities.
We even have people in their 70s, Barry, that play as well. That's one thing that my dad taught me when I was growing up. My dad was a fabulous clarinetist. And he told me and my brother, he said, you know, by the time you get into your 40s and 50s, your days of playing basketball and football are going to be over. But you can always play a band instrument into your 70s and 80s. I've known people who play even into their 90s.
Your dad was a wise man. Lois, tell us about the concert itself. What can we look forward to?
Well, this is going to be the third time I'm conducting their Christmas concerts. I started working with the Clarke County Community Band right as they came out of COVID hiatus. And each of these seasons, I've always tried to make a big point of buying some new music. This year, we're going to be featuring the band playing 8 tunes grand total, and 6 were bought new this year. I've chosen a lot of medley pieces, a lot of pieces where within that one selection are various holiday tunes. We've got a march-style piece that features Jingle Bells, Deck the Halls, God Rest Ye Merry, Heard the Bells, and even a little bit of Hallelujah Chorus. We've got a tune straight from Tchaikovsky's Nutcracker Suite. It's kind of funny. The title is called A Mad Russian's Christmas, and that's because it's based on the Trepak part of the Nutcracker Suite that was also made popular by the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. We've got music from Christmas movies, some tunes from Home Alone, The Nightmare Before Christmas, and The Polar Express. And we even have a Hanukkah tune. I grew up in an area that had a lot of people that were of the Jewish faith, and so we have another new piece of that includes some Jewish folk music that I hope some people will enjoy. We've got a swing number, which is really fun, called The Most Wonderful Christmas, and we've got some upbeat tunes, lighthearted stuff, like Winter Wonderland, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Most Wonderful Time of the Year. And then we have a piece that is more classical-oriented. It's called Midnight Sleigh Ride. Some people know it as Troika, which is from Serge Prokofiev's orchestral suite called Lieutenant Kiji. And the word Troika is a word that means a 3-horse sleigh. But we hope everybody will enjoy it because the flutes and David's section, the trombones, get featured quite a bit in that one, which is nice.
Yep.
And we end with a big flourish called Yuletide Flourish, and that's a wonderful, rousing closer. Now, interspersed in there are going to be a couple features that the brass quintet, led by David, will be also performing 2 songs, and David can tell you about those.
The first one's A Holly in the Ivy. It's a traditional English carol It's a very serene, very quiet piece, very moving, that oddly enough features the tuba, which was played by Doug Thompson, and the trombone player. And then we're doing the Christmas song, the famous Nat King Cole piece that Mel Torme and Robert Wells wrote, that features on French horn Cara Pennington, arranged by Luther Henderson, who was Duke Ellington's symphonic orchestra arranger. A really beautiful piece of music, and I think people enjoy that one as well.
We also want to mention we're trying something new this year. We have, throughout this past year, had several times where small ensembles, like our flute section, our clarinet section, our saxophone section, they were prepping small ensemble music, and every time we kept getting rained out of this concert. And they never got to perform that music. But all of those little groups, those small ensembles, they're going to be starting about 15 minutes prior to each of these two concerts, are going to share some music. Now, this is informal. It's not like we're going to announce it and stop and start and such. So when people would like to also hear some of those small ensemble groups, they should try to actually arrive about 15 minutes early, and they'll catch some different music that's not full band.
Oh, it sounds like a great, great show. We have two concerts. Sunday, December the 10th at 2 in the afternoon at the Clarke County High School in Berryville. And then the following Sunday, the 17th at 7 p.m. at beautiful Armstrong Hall on the campus at Shenandoah University. And once again, the Clarke County Community Band is so gracious to put out a donation box in the lobby, because the concerts are absolutely free. They want you to come out and enjoy the music, but there is an opportunity to help support the charities of Chain of Checks with a decorated box in the lobbies, and donate as you wish. And if you can't, then no problem. Come in and enjoy the music. If we want to find out more, what's the website and Facebook listing?
Well, on the website is clarkecountykommunityband.com. And the Facebook page, type in Clarke County Community Band, it should come up.
Well, looking forward to it. The 10th at Clarke County High School, Berryville. The 17th at the Armstrong Concert Hall, Shenandoah University. Lois Hofmann, conductor of the Clarke County Community Band, and Dave Worthington, the trombone player and president of the band. Looking forward to seeing you, and thanks for helping out Chain of Checks.
Thank you very much, Barry.
Thank you, Barry.
I am so looking forward to being at those Chain of Checks concerts and hearing the Clarke County Community Band. Let's see how you did on that brain buster. 1 in 6 men have done this at Christmas time. 1 in 6 men have done what? Is it A, searched the house for hidden gifts, B, shopped on Christmas Eve, or C, dressed up as Santa? Men have actually done all three, but 1 in 6 have dressed up as Santa. C. Thanks for your ears. Thanks for your time, and I would be most thankful if you'd share my website with others so they can tune in too, breakfastwithbarrylee.com. In closing, let me just say that you know you live in a tough neighborhood when half of the windows on your Advent calendar are boarded up. Have a blessed week.